Just drop my lid.
Hello, people. Welcome to News and Nonsense at 12 on a Sunday or 12-ish. What is it?
Ish.
12-ish. All right. Hello,
Heavy on
everybody. Heavy on the ish today. I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely, and I'm here with.
I'm Farrah, resident Caribbean queen.
Welcome, guys. You don't know what you need to do on entry. You need to book the like button. Please do it now. Also, AK, where is she actually? I don't even know what she has today. Is it another?
That's some sort of event.
She's at an event. So
it's event season, isn't it?
She's let us do this because we didn't want to take a Sunday off. We were like, you know what? We did that for a little while. Actually, maybe the non-journalists will be able to deliver you guys a news and nonsense show. Let's see how we do.
Let's see, right? Let's see how we do. You know what? Before we start, shout out to the girl who I met when I went to see The Harder They Come this week. The girl, she was serving and she was like selling like the t-shirts and the snacks and all that stuff. And as I was paying for my stuff or ordering, she was like, are you one of the aunties? And I was like, yes, I am. And she said, I was listening to News and Nonsense on the way here. I love you guys. She said, I love the rain show as well, but I was listening to News and Nonsense on the way here. So shout out to you. I didn't get your name. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, brilliant. For all the people that constantly come up to us, it means a lot. And it means that our content is getting out there past just our friends and family. So that is lovely. All right. So what else do they need to do, Farrah, to get closer to us?
They need to sign up to our membership. If you have not done so already, what are you doing? It is only £1.99 if you want to be our friend. But if you want to be our family member, get involved in family things and have access to family content, it is £4.99. Cheaper than a bag of chips. Sign up, please, now.
Yes, I'm putting the link on the chat now, so please do sign up to that as well. AK's disclaimer. Look, these are our opinions. We're just chatting. We're just bringing you the news in our way. So you need to go and sort out your own facts. Don't sue us because we will come for you. Okay?
Definitely.
That's the tall and short of it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm really trying to find the stream to add in the link. I would love a target of 10 people to sign up to our membership today. 10 people. That's all I'm asking for. 10 beautiful souls to come and join us and be a part of our WhatsApp community. I'm dropping it in now.
It's jokes in there as well. And it's not only jokes. We talk about real stuff and, our WhatsApp communities, our entourages, as we like to call them.
Yes.
It's great in there. So come and join us. We'll let you know what we're up to all the time. It's a real family thing.
It's beautiful. So I've put the link in the chat now. And then before we even started, people really took to the spirit of Sunday giving.
Right.
And Steve came in hot with £5. Thank you so much. Says afternoon, looking forward to today's chat. And then Sora Bennett as well came through with a super sticker of €2. Thank you. You too can be like your age mates and come through, put in some funds. Like, it really does help us. We're going to be in We're going to be in a new glorious studio soon. So, with you guys' help, we're moving on up.
With you guys' help, we can stay in the new studio.
That's the truth of it. That is actually the truth of the matter. So that we're not there and on again. Help us.
Help us, please. It's £1.99. It's not even a £5. It's less than a £5. Come on.
What's that? Like a coffee or something?
Coffee.
Yeah, please do this. All right. So, opening story this week. If you're in the UK, you should know about Tim Westwood. I guess some Americans would actually know about Tim Westwood as well. Definitely. But Tim Westwood, ex-BBC Radio 1 and former Capital Extra, he was on, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a DJ there. He's been DJing for many years, an absolute gatekeeper, and has been a menace to society for a very long time. We've known this. as Black women, we've all known that Tim Westwood is a menace. But finally, the Metropolitan Police have actually charged him with 4 counts of rape, which is crazy in itself, 9 counts of indecent assault, and 2 counts of sexual assault, spanning from 1983 to 2016. I hope some more charges get added to that as well. But he is being set to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 10th of November. And the ages of these girls range from 17 to people in their 20s. And obviously that I'm going to play some of the news reports because I feel like there's a lot of bias in how this is being presented to the people then. And then we can go into what we know of Tim Westwood himself. But Farrah, for now, your initial thoughts, what are you thinking?
My initial thoughts is about time, and that's what I said when I saw it being reported, because people have been talking about Tim Westwood for as long as I can remember. You know, he's notoriously a creep in, you know, amongst Black circles. We know that he's a creep, and the fact that he kept getting bookings when he had all this stuff hanging over his head was always bizarre to me. I was like, why are you people continuing to book this man who is, you know, obviously a danger? Enough people have said that he's a danger. You're still booking him. And it's what you said, Nana. He's a gatekeeper as well. I don't think I have anything nice to say about him. I know someone that worked for him and they said that he was an absolute menace. So he's not even a nice person, as far as I'm aware.
I too have heard lots of different things about him. And yeah, it is that he was just horrible all the time, the worst person to work with. Okay, let's go over the BBC News report. And you tell me if this screams of a little bit of bias.
To that breaking news of the last few minutes, just let me remind you what prosecutors here in the UK have said. They have charged the former BBC Radio DJ Tim Westwood with 4 counts of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault, and 2 other counts of sexual assault. So those details coming in the last few minutes. Here in the studio with me is our senior UK correspondent, Seema Katecha. And Seema, just tell us a little more what the Crown prosecution have actually said in the last few minutes.
Yes, right. So Matthew, as you say, Tim Westwood, 68-year-old, used to be a DJ on 1Extra for many, many years. He has now been charged with 9 counts of indecent assault, 2 counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of rape. Now, these relate to non-recent offences between 1983 and 2016 involving 7 women, so they're not recent, and he's going to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 11th of November. We can tell you what the CPS say. They say that they've decided to prosecute Tim Westwood for a series of serious offences. Our prosecutors have established that there is sufficient evidence to bring the case to trial and that it is in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings. The Crown Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and that the defendant has the right to a fair trial. I can bring you a few more details from the Metropolitan Police about these allegations of these offences. He's been charged with the following. In 1983, a 17-year-old girl was indecently assaulted in the Fulham area of London. In 1986, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Vauxhall area of London. Between 1995 and 1996, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped in London. It is also alleged that the same woman was sexually assaulted in central London within the same time frame. Between 2000 and 2001, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped and sexually assaulted in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was raped in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in Stroud. In 2016, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Finchley area of London. And as I said, these charges relate to 7 different women.
A couple of questions. Remind people watching around the world a little more about who Tim Westwood was. How long did he work for the BBC? When did these allegations first emerge? And has there been any reaction from him or the BBC?
Yes, so he worked on 1Extra for many, many years, one of the most famous DJs at that time. And some of our viewers and listeners may recall that in, let me just remind you of the date, 2022 in April, the BBC actually carried out an investigation where it heard from 18 different women making very serious allegations about Tim Westwood. That investigation was carried out by a reporter, Chichi Azundu. That was back in 2022. So a very prominent DJ at that time. We've not heard anything from him as yet. We've not heard anything from the BBC either, but this story has just broken in the last 20 minutes or so.
Seema, I know you're going to keep an eye on it. Thanks for bringing us the latest. And if there is more, we'll obviously return to you. Let's return.
So, you know what has pissed me off about this? It's the saying that he was a one extra DJ. Yes, he was, but he was on BBC Radio 1, the most prominent radio station, for years. And it just felt like, we all know, One Extra has the black, that is the station for black music. I just felt like, why are you framing this like he was just on the black station? Like,
right.
He wasn't.
Like he hasn't. They didn't mention Capital. They didn't mention all the other things that he's done. Like, why just frame it like that? I totally agree with you. Like, oh, it's a thing over there, almost.
Yeah, over there with the black folk. I was like, no, This is really crazy. And they weren't the only ones. A lot of people were just saying he was a BBC One Extra DJ, and it's like, no, he was at Radio 1. He was he had some of the biggest events in the country. Yeah, he was enabled by lots of people, and it just felt like, nah, don't try and make this like he was a small DJ. He was one of the biggest.
Right, a little thing. It's just tell us a bit about Tim Westwood for people who don't know. Everybody knows, because he was, in inverted commas, you lot's national treasure, wasn't he? So don't make that like you didn't know who he was.
This is it. At one stage he was, and he was bringing over all of the American artists as well. Like,
they
way
didn't
more
even mention MTV. Nana, they didn't even mention MTV. Pimp Your Ride, that's him, no?
Yes.
That's not him. That's not your boy.
Yes. The whole host. Like, it's just crazy to downplay. Obviously, his demise came along, but his demise also, it seems crazy that you would have somebody that is 68 years old now, and just at the top of the year, he was still doing Freshers' Fair. He is still working with 18-year-olds. A 68-year-old man is still DJing in spaces with teenagers, when we have been talking from when I was a teenager that Tim Westwood is a creep. You go to his event, he tries to get you.
A 68-year-old man who is at Freshers, who has allegations, okay, had no charges at that time, but has allegations. Don't you have a duty of care to make sure that your students are protected? It's very weird. It's very strange to me.
No, it's
the time scale of the crimes. You know, people always like to say, oh, well, you know, like, no, we don't know what he's done. The time scale from 1983 to 2016, and I believe there's more after that, because if the allegation came out in 2010, the first set concrete, the documentary, should I say, came out in 2022, there was 18 women in that. So I believe there is still more to come. It's just reeks of the BBC knowing what people are doing yet again and not saying anything. You know, that old BBC culture of back in the day when Jimmy Savile was at it. It's that same group, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I think so. I'm thinking back to like when Ty would talk about him, that was like 2019. And him and Marianne started that whole hashtag of like surviving Tim Westwood. And then unfortunately we had the pandemic and Ty passed, but definitely people still keeping that going, that Tim Westwood, we can't just allow him to be in our spaces and he is a threat to black women, and nobody is saying anything. And at that time, even when we did an episode in 2022 after the documentary came out, there was people in our comments, especially black men, being like, you can't take away from his legacy. He put on so many artists, like he was a good guy, like we don't even know what was going on, and girls were fans. They were still out here talking like we're chatting shit and we're lying. Like, this guy is a sexual predator. Even after you had people talking on that documentary, if anybody wants to watch it, I think it's still on the BBC. And they were so brave in coming forward with how this disgusting little man would trap them in various places, like he can help their career, and then he would sexually assault them. flipping gross individual. And he wasn't able. Do you know what? MTV does need to be held account as well.
I'm telling you, why are you not talking about it? Like, why is no one talking about MTV, should I say? You lot are just getting away scot-free. No.
Do
There's
you
lots
think
of
people do
situations.
time?
I'd like to hope so. Do you know what I will say? I do think here, when these people come out of the woodwork, when they finally get charged, and it's the number of counts that he's been charged with as well, that means that they've really been working on it. When that happens, these pedophiles and sex deviants do actually do some time here. If it comes out, you know, these sorts of things. I mean, we've got Jimmy Stafford, like we said, who didn't spend a day in prison other than when he was assaulting people.
Yeah.
But then you had a few that came out roundabout, like just after all of that broke, like Gary Glitter. And I know that's a different type of deviancy, but there are some people, and what's the other one? Rolf Harris. And, you know, there have been some people who actually got done for this. So I'd like to hope that this would happen. And the fact that the cases stem from 1983 to 2016, they're not concerned about the length of time that's passed in terms of evidence. For them to say that there are 7 people that he's assaulted that this case relates to, that means that they've got some chunky evidence. So I would like to hope that he serves time. I would like to hope that he serves a lot of time. That's the problem. How much time are they going to give him?
I hope so. I at 68, if he's lucky, he's got another decade in him, and hopefully he goes down for a good 20 so that he dies in prison. I think that's the least that the authorities owe us on Tim Westwood. Will Smith has a question. He says, devil's advocate for Auntie Beeb. Was he mainstream though? Like actual mainstream? He was definitely big in the black spaces and amongst the mandem, but mainstream platforms, I'm slightly dubious. How do you get any more mainstream than being on BBC Radio 1? That's like
and MTV hosting a big show. That's mainstream to me.
He most definitely was. It's like, he wasn't in spaces to be like a Davina McCall anyway, but he was on a lot.
Different type of presenter, isn't he?
Exactly. I would say he was mainstream for hip hop, and obviously he had so much clout. He was bringing in almost all of the US hip hop artists, overlooking the growth of UK rap as well. And some would say he actually did used to stunt people's growth as well. He was a gatekeeper. He would be like, no, I'm not playing your shit. And he had the biggest channel going, like still on YouTube. His Westwood TV is still over 1 million subscribers. Remember, he was allowed in Diddy's house. It wasn't too many people shows in Diddy's house. Tim Westwood has 2 different episodes where he is walking around Diddy's house. So yeah, I would say he was most definitely quite prolific and a gatekeeper and a sexual deviant.
Yeah, 100%. Look at the circles he's moving in.
Proper dirty little bungle. Properly. I hope he goes down for a really long time. Quirky was asking, did you guys cover Noel Clarke getting sued by the Guardian? We did a while ago, but we haven't done an update on that. You know, if we got time later on, we'll circle back to what has happened to Noel Clarke actually after that whole debacle that he went through.
Crazy what happened to him.
Boy, he's like 6 million in debt now. That's a lot. Okay, I saw another story. I think this is just breaking on Amanda Seale's page of a lady called Erica McGrath, who she, to me, it was a brutal arrest, but now she's being arrested, and 2 other people who were watching and tried to intervene in this brutal arrest have also been charged as well. This is really, really crazy. There's a new Florida law called the HALO law, where you need to give first responders 25 feet so that they can perform their duties. And some people got involved in this arrest. I would have if I was there, most definitely. Let's see what you guys think about this as well. Let me get this up. Have you seen this?
I haven't. I thought you were talking about a different thing Amanda Seales was talking about, so I haven't seen this.
Oh, okay. All right, let me get this one up so you can can see this. I just saw it on her page this morning, and I was like, okay, we got to look over this, because again, how it is being presented in certain news media is like, this is actually okay to treat folks like this. Let me see. Okay, now I know why it does take AK so long to do this. I have sympathy kid now. Why is it not? There we go. All right, let's go.
What first arrest of its kind for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office? They announced today they had enforced the newly enacted HALO law. It happened Tuesday when JSO arrested a woman outside of a school, and that was captured on video. The HALO law went into effect in January, and it creates a 25-foot buffer zone around first responders and police for their safety. It requires people to stay back after a verbal warning. Tarek Miner breaking down what we saw in the video and sharing some of this, really a warning from the sheriff today.
Yeah, Sheriff T.K. Waters said that he called this news conference today as a public safety announcement, saying he wants the public to know what the HALO law is and how it will be enforced. As a warning, some of you might find the video that we are about to show disturbing. It's school pickup time outside the ID Academy on the north side as JSO officer Randy Holton notices parent Erica McGriff leaving her car parked illegally.
Hey, where you going?
What is the problem? What are you doing?
I need your license. I need your license.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's your car. I just saw you get out of the car.
Things escalate quickly as Holton approaches McGriff asking for her driver's license.
Right here with
Hey,
your student.
hey.
You right here with your student?
This is my daughter. Please do not touch me.
Do you want to go to jail?
Don't touch me. I do not, sir. I did not do anything wrong.
Yes, you
I did not do anything
left your vehicle
wrong.
unattended.
No, I did not leave that
You could
vehicle.
get a ticket.
I was the passenger.
You could get
the
a
driver
ticket.
went to the school. The driver is at the
You
school,
can get
sir.
a ticket.
I will leave.
Listen, you can get a ticket, or you can keep playing this
I
game
don't
and go
want
to
any
jail.
drama.
I'm gonna give you one chance.
After a tense confrontation, police say McGriff fails to follow the officer's commands. That's when the physical confrontation happens.
You ain't passing my baby. I'm not pulling away from you. You got me up.
From another angle capture on cell phone video, the officer and McGriff are seen wrestling with each other as he tries to arrest her. And at one point, McGriff takes a fighting position. During the officer's struggle to take McGriff into custody, police say at least 2 people violated the HALO law, a misdemeanor charge. They're accused of crowding and harassing Officer Holton as he tried to secure McGriff in handcuffs.
No one should be hurt or hinder a public servant doing the work that is a critical function to our community.
Sheriff Waters says McGriff's driver's license had been revoked, and he said that she is a habitual traffic offender. Waters says citizens are within their rights to take video of any incident with their phones, but from a distance.
I don't mind people, and I can tell you this, I don't mind people standing beyond 25 feet, videoing or saying what you're going to say, because people are going to do that, and you have the right to say what you want to say. But if it gets to a point where it creates an uncomfortable level for our police officer who may or may not get hurt by someone in the crowd, then we have to draw the line.
So there are several other people seen in the video who were within that 25-foot safety zone for officers. So we asked, why weren't they arrested? And the sheriff pointed out that one of those people was a school employee who was trying to help, and others who were videotaping and not disrupting the officer as he was trying to take city. We are diving deeper into the HALO law. We're also speaking with our crime and safety analyst tonight. More on that story that's still developing tonight at 10 o'clock.
Is that not just the craziest shit?
That is some real bullshit. The woman was with her kid. She said, I'm not driving. It's not me. I didn't do anything. He's asking her for information that's got nothing to do with her. And then the way that he was tackling her, there's just no need. That escalated to a next place. And he had his hands on her face. He had his knee on her face. The way that he was tackling her, you would have thought that she had a fucking gun. Yeah. And he's trying to defend himself. Like, it's nah. I'm not happy about that at all. My camera's gone funny. Hold on.
Literally just pulled in and out. I watched this like just from so where Amanda was going through it, she just had the bystanders video and there's various people that try. And her stance was, now people needed to drag the police officer off because that could have escalated to the point where that woman could have been seriously injured. But the fact that she is arrested and the two people that tried to help in small ways were arrested over what is simply a ticket, or even if you are going to arrest her because she was driving without a license, I feel like his approach was just way over the top. It escalated far more in front of children, in front of a school, than was ever necessary. This is just a simple driving offense. Like, you ain't even got to really arrest her. You could deal with it later, like, so that everybody just goes home safely, because she was already walking away from her car because she knows I don't have a license. So she's going about her business anyway. So you could literally just tow the car away and deal with her in court. He didn't need to be like, I'm going to arrest you. And then it just didn't need to escalate to that point. And she's
with her kid.
You're outside of the school gates. Like, there's bare kids now just traumatized by this. I'm not understanding how he isn't being punished for his conduct.
And the idea that the sheriff is like, we're saying that we want a 25-yard zone, 25 meter, whatever it is, foot zone, in order to maintain safety for our officers who are just trying to do their job. If this is a reflection of how your officer does their jobs, then I would really like you to put them all in training, because this is unacceptable. You don't need to arrest somebody like this. Even if you felt the need to arrest her, the way that you did it, the place that you did it, how you basically rode her body in order to get her into the car is just not on for a ticket offense. So what do you do with someone that you think has really done something? You just draw in your weapon straight away then?
Probably. Or if they weren't really around, if there wasn't people literally there. It's like you're manhandling her from the off. There didn't really need to be an arrest. I understand her fighting back as well, because at that point where she's like, you are actually just hurting me, and trying to maneuver her way out, he punched her. And
he
it's
punched
really
her in the face.
like she was punching him up, taking a fighting stance. It's like, so she should just take blows, yeah?
because you want to nick her for a driving offense. Fucking hell, mate.
Crazy scenes. I was like, no, that.
And I don't like this law as well. I really don't like the new law that they brought in.
Yeah, that feels like it's going to be abused, most definitely. Because they're 25 feet, and if you get involved in it in any way. So basically, it's that same thing of like somebody, if they do have the knee on the neck, I can't come and push you over, because then I'm going to be done with assaulting an officer. But I also could have been saving somebody's life.
And I can't, even if it's that I'm not going to touch you, I can't come close enough to make an impact in me, like saying something to you, because I'm 25 feet away. That circumference is mad. You could be getting away with anything. If I'm 25 feet away and I'm filming you and I'm saying, get off his neck, it doesn't resonate the same as if I'm right next to you saying, get off his neck.
Yes. Yeah. Like people were. And then also, so they're picking and choosing who you're going to arrest.
Right.
So the teacher. Yeah, the teacher can get involved because that teacher was trying to be helpful. Okay. But depending on who, this just feels like a way that you can really criminalize people who you deem as, no, they shouldn't have been involved, but this one can be involved. And then are we going to be spotting racial lines on this? Like if a white person gets involved, they're not going to be arrested, but if that person does, they can. This sounds like some proper Florida bullshit, most definitely.
Some real Florida bullshit, and they are full of bullshit.
Most definitely. I'll take some comments. Steven says, give her a ticket, get her towed. Why confront her and fight in front of a school? Imagine how low your life is to feel like this was worth your time as a professional.
Right? Look how quickly he ran out of the car as well.
He literally was hopping out like the craziest crime had taken place.
Yeah.
She left her car running, picking up a kid to jump back in her car again. He really did jump out like it was a burglary. Like that's something you watch and you're like, yeah, I'm writing you a ticket. You're going to get a fine.
Because he could have stopped at the car. written her ticket and arrange for it to be towed, like you said.
Yeah. Watch her get in and be like, okay, I've witnessed all of it. No, he's really scary. Yvonne says they don't care that we're with children. They like to embarrass our children.
Very much so.
Imagine, like, and the kids were crying. That still didn't even stop him to try and like de-escalate a little bit. He was like, no, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna get you in a headlock, slam you to the floor.
Yeah.
And she is the one that's facing charges.
Punch you in the face. Sure, they don't teach you that in police school. That's not how you arrest somebody.
If they actually do. Sistren says, remember when their president, that Tangerine Voldemort, came here and said, our mayor wants Sharia law? Lies. But what kind of hell of lawlessness is happening in his own backyard? Outrageous. You know,
he's too busy worrying about flipping not getting the Nobel Peace Prize.
I'll flip, but I forgot. I'll find something on that as well.
I'll put it in the group. I was watching a link, and the amount of times he talks about it, it's like it's given obsessed.
Properly pissed off. He's so pissed. AO says it's because she is black. Period. America government protected the police and ICE. They don't care about the people. Most definitely. Yvonne says it's similar to an incident over here with a black man leaving his car to go and drop off his parcels at the post office. Oh, I did see that. And he got smashed in the head with the officer's handcuffs and was left bleeding.
I did not see that.
Could you get a couple more comments? Let me see if I can find that story, because that is exactly the same as this, you know, actually. Same shizzle. Let me see.
Let's go.
And Yvonne, if you know of anything, just drop me that as well on WhatsApp, and I'll see if I can find it. I'm going to see.
What does this one say? It says that institutional responses to the most horrendous things is that of a traumatized country, they're in steep decline, and I'd hate to live in a place like that. Their laws are mad. 100%, Stephen.
Yes.
That's why when people are like, you want to be in America, and that's not me hating on you lot and what you've built, but just right now, I think it's scary. That's for me anyway. I don't want, I just think it's scary. Hopefully within certain communities, they feel protected and are protected, because not everyone's fuckeries. But boy, when I see shit like this, I just feel like it's mad.
It's so scary. I really can't find the link to this. Where did I see it? I saw the video.
Will Smith said, that's a hell of a wide perimeter. Exactly. Exactly. Bloody crazy.
You can't even really say that you're being able to see properly that far away.
Of course not. They know what they're doing. That's why he was like, oh, if they want to do it on their phone so they can zoom in. The sheriff knows that at that point you can't really do anything or see anything. And the other thing is as well, though, 25 yards, yeah? How do you know, like, what 25 yards is? Like, really?
That's true. That is true.
Like, what if you're in 21 yards, but you think it's 25 yards? You're going to nick me? Like, it's kind of mad. It's just, yeah. And the sheriff came out with, like, well, our officer, this is what happens when we have to, like, it's all okay. That woman's probably traumatized. She could have some serious injuries.
She definitely probably does, because the way he was like just bending back her arm, I'm sure something was damaged on there. I really cannot find this link. Oh, okay, she just put it in WhatsApp. Thank you, my dear.
And it's like you said, Nana, I think that if I saw somebody being abused like that, my natural reaction would be to go up to the police officer and say, like, what are you doing? And to scream. My natural reaction wouldn't necessarily be from 25 feet to be like, oh, it's kind of mad.
I totally would. I wouldn't even be thinking about that, like a 25 feet, keeping a distance. It's not going to be on my mind at all. It's really going to be about the safety of the person and that you could kill them if I don't get involved. I need to get you off that person because obviously you have lost control and you ain't even got like backup or another officer with you for me to scream at them to get you off. Like, I'm going to want to get involved in this shit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yvonne, for this. I'll get this out. And you guys can see this. So this happened in the UK because we have shit going on here too. Okay. Insta. See if you can see this.
Stereotyped as angry or difficult, but silence is also a form of participation. When you have a platform and you don't use it, you help maintain the very system that oppressed you and that still brutalizes others. What does real allyship look like? What does real leadership look like when you have privilege? The world doesn't need perfection from our public figures. It needs courage. It needs the willingness to say, I see this, I lived this, and I won't. I urge everyone to stand together, to rise together, and to love each other. Love thy neighbor as thyself. We all need to stand together for change.
So what actually... I'm not actually sure where she was, but it's like the guy is just going to the post office to drop off parcels. And the police officer, he doesn't even clearly do a stop, like stop what you're doing, like you look suspicious or whatever. He slams him. Can you see the blood on the floor?
Yeah.
He slams him directly onto the floor, bashing his head. And then there's a white woman that's filming and she's screaming and she's like, I've witnessed everything. This man was just walking down the street. You have slammed his head. Obviously, he's then called for backup, like this guy's suspicious. And then all the police come in as well, and they're treating him like he's done something. He has done nothing. He was simply walking to the post office. Nothing whatsoever. Steph is saying this in Kensal Rise. And it still took, she goes up to a police officer and says, why is there not an ambulance here yet? Like he has a head trauma because he got slammed on his head on the floor. They said, we're trying. They said it's going to be 45 minutes, so we may just take him to the hospital. She calls for somebody else to get an ambulance there. An ambulance gets there in 20 minutes.
Look at that bullshit.
So it's all crazy. So yes, so this is the appeal that is going out there, that we all start complaining so that there is an absolute...
Oh, well, no, definitely. And this is on my doorstep. So I'm 100% going to get behind this shit. Because that could have been my nephew.
Just walking down the road. Thank you, Steph. Actually, the police said it was going to be 6 hours for an ambulance. This
look at this.
So crazy.
It says that the Met Police have dismissed all the complaints.
We have to keep on going.
Yeah.
Go to the next video. Okay, let me do that. Was I on? Am I on this one?
I think I'm on that one, yeah.
Black men as scary to hide from their own violence and to shift the narrative. And this is what politics have been doing. They've been creating division amongst working people by using race to keep us separate, because divided we fall and united we rise. Women are oppressed, different races are oppressed, and different religions are oppressed. And if we are kept separate and kept expending our energy fighting one another rather than coming together to create a cohesive community and to attack the systems that are keeping us stuck, not each other. Try and paint black men as scary.
And you see, this is the thing. What I was just saying before, like if I saw something, I don't think my natural reaction would be to do something. I drive past there all the time. This is like a route for me. If I had seen that, I'm pulling my car over and I'm saying something.
Yeah.
Because the boy's got an ASOS package. That's it. The man's got an ASOS package.
Like literally, he's just going to the post office, going about his business. And you've
wow.
It's just lucky that there is full-on video, because you know, even if he didn't a complaint, they would probably be like CCTV wasn't around. They would do something. Okay, so tiny pod. So there's more. All right, let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking into this. Dawn Butler does need to do something, because this is ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, I'm
MP.
Yeah, Dawn Butler's the MP. So I'm saying, like, it's astounding, because like it's where I am, not astounding, but I resonate with it more because it's around here. But things like that happen across this country all the time. They just don't necessarily get documented. Do you remember that boy who was waiting outside? I think it was his house, and the police ran across the road and started to attack him. And then like someone must have called his mum. Like his mum was indoors or something like that. We talked about it last year.
Yeah.
And he was an actor. That's it. It was an actor. And he'd actually just come. Do you remember? He'd just come from either an audition or a play or something like that. And the way they ran across the road and attacked this man. And it was a neighbor that was filming and saw the altercation. Happens all the time. It's just whether or not the cameras are out.
All right, I'm going to share this.
Full-time police custody here as well.
She has loads on her page. I'm so glad that she documented this properly. All right, let's see, guys. We can go through it in stages. I think that's what we watched. We watched this one. Let's see what this one is saying.
Unbelievable. Your officer violated that man in broad daylight. He's bleeding, and now there's 16 of you protecting that violent man. I can't wait for you to watch the cam footage. I hope you're sick as I am.
And I would trust that he does. Okay?
Oh, pants. Let's see. I know TikTok is so flipping annoying. They always do bits. All right, let's see what I'm saying. Oh, it's not allowing me to do this either. I swear they know what they're doing. They literally. All right, let's see if maybe this pinned one has more. Nah, so they're not allowing me to do it. Guys, can you see the name on there? Miranda Pod. Please go and have a look. Oh, I'm so glad she filmed it all though. But this is really sad. Okay, so yeah, as it says, right to Dawn Butler.
Mm-hmm. And she has to respond to you.
Right to Dawn Butler and Georgia Gould, who are MPs for Brent.
Yeah, they have to respond to you. When you write to your local MP, and this is anywhere in this country, when you write to them, they have to respond to you. And so just everybody write to them. It's easy to get their details.
Oh my God, that is flipping crazy. Thank you, Yvonne, as well, for just bringing that to our attention as well. I saw a little clip of that. Yes.
Can't believe
brilliant,
it.
Yvonne. There, that's really something. We can't stand for that shit. Okay, all right. So she has the incident from the beginning, and I think it's 11 parts. Yeah. But I'll definitely be complaining about that as well, most definitely. And it's like we've seen Dawn so many times over the last couple of days. Like, yeah, we can be writing to her as well. The aunties to kind of get onto that.
Because how can they dismiss the complaint? The man's not even been like put on bench duty or whatever it is, desk duty. They've just dismissed it. Like it was fine. It was justified. So you did all of this. You had to release the man in the end because he didn't do anything. And then you're dismissing the complaint against you. All right, then.
The wildest situation, because how, from even like the little, I think I saw somebody had chopped it up. He totally is bopping and he gets slammed onto the ground. Even if he was a hardened criminal, there are things that you have to do in order to arrest somebody safely. That isn't smashing their head on the pavements. Like, but the dude's just going to the post office. Like it's just crazy. And you could see all of his packages there. Imagine you're just going to the damn post office to do your returns.
Imagine he has like a health problem and you've just done that to him now. You could have killed him.
Yeah. Absolutely could have killed him. I was seeing some people were saying eventually, once the guy realized he was being filmed properly and he saw how much blood was there, that he then tried to be like, I'm going to help you. Like he was then trying to speak to the guy like, I'm going to help you. And obviously the dude is refusing his help because you did this. How am I going to trust you to then be covering up my like you? But yeah. Frustrating as hell. That is flipping crazy. Mind your own business. All right. Let's move on to slightly lighter. It's Alexis Ohanian telling Stephen A. Smith about himself. I flipping love what
this made my entire day.
Well, actually, you shared this. I'm going to share it now. If you want to open it up. What happened? What did you see, Farrah, that made you share it?
Basically, I was on the internet and I saw Alexis, who is Serena's husband. He was on the news and he took his time out of what he should have been talking about to basically snap back at the man that was like, if that was my wife, how could she be on there? And I just absolutely loved his the way that he snapped back at Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith was like, oh, no, trying to act like he hadn't said anything. Oh, no, but watch it anyway. Alexis, it was pure class the way that he did it. Absolute class.
Let's see when Stephen A. Smith.
For me? Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
If I'm your husband, I'm like, why are you up there dancing or something? I want my leg. You know,
that's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you know that you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me? I gotta get that lick back. Go ahead,
stop it. Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you're gonna be a kept man anyway. Don't start that.
Really?
You ain't gonna run the house. You're not gonna.
I just. The Serena.
Stephen A. Smith, you had some. I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
well, you know what? Listen. I did it. People. Headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time, but I was hoping you were going to be here. I'm not. Oh no, I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me. Well, I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No. See,
no.
Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies, and the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice.
Then we'll talk marriage advice later. I'm 13 years strong. We got
deal. Stephen A. Smith, you had some.
Should we go back to hear what Stephen A. Smith was saying?
Right. Oh my goodness.
If I'm your husband, I'm like, why are you up there dancing or something? I want my leg. You know,
that's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you know that you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me? I gotta get that lick back. Go ahead,
Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
The best.
It was so classy the way that he did it. You know, like because I give like advice on billion-dollar companies because I run billion-dollar companies. So I try to stay in my lane, you know. You've never been married, no? Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then the way that he was stuttering, Stephen A. Smith was stuttering because he just did not expect it. And the news reporter, the woman, I don't know her name, she was like, trying to like keep it on track. Let's talk about this. We can talk about it later. And Alexis was like, no, he was not having it. He had time today. And he was like, oh, I was hoping that you would be here so I could say something to you.
It's actually the best. The stuttering,
So
like,
good.
that beat. I was literally like,
No,
Stephen,
I can't give advice. Oh, you can't give advice. Well, he was giving advice out here, mate.
what a victory. Talking hard and
I love
fast.
when people get baited up for something that they've done and they have to retreat back into their little box. Oh shit! Oh no! Did he see that? Oh no! I didn't think he would mention it. Not live on air. Yeah, live on air. Don't mention it.
To your face, what you got to say now? Because if you was really standing on business, you should have been like, bro, that was mad to me that Serena was out here dancing.
What
and
did you say to her?
Yeah, how did that conversation go? But now you're actually out here starring. It was just a headline. That wasn't a headline. What you talking?
You know how it goes. Headlines are headlines.
What I had said was like.
Idiot.
Stephen says this looks very staged though, because Stephen humiliates himself daily. Nah, I don't know. No, I don't feel like that was. I don't know if you watch it more. I don't know. That just felt like
there's other links that show more of it as well. Like just watch it. It's not staged, because the way that Alexis was just not having it. Because the other news report was like, oh shit, she really tried to change the subject. And even after the end of that, he still says something again. So it's like, no. I just loved it.
Good.
Great.
He needs to be shamed from time to time. He really does.
Yeah. Little bitch.
Oh shit. I do love a little. Christian James says Kune Smith needs to find a chair and sit down. He's always has an awful take. He is a hater, intentionally divisive, and simply annoying. Serena was harassed, so if petty was her payback, she has to be it. So has to be it. Exactly. Most definitely. And Stephen A. Smith is always talking on black women all the time. I'm glad somebody like shamed him. And you see how he's just a stuttering buffoon. I'm so glad this moment exists for us to reel this out each time he has a take on somebody as well.
So did you say something?
Yeah. Remember when you had up by Alexis?
Yeah, do you remember that?
Flipping great. All right.
You get Alexis for you. That's what people should start saying to him.
Let me get Alexis onto your ass. All right, so next story on the doc. I couldn't even find somebody talking on this, so I'm sharing the article so you guys can see this guy's. I shouldn't say guy. Sorry, it is a transgender woman.
Okay,
she's been jailed for deception and sexual. So I should say, transgender woman.
Yes, this woman. Yes.
Pre-op, I guess that's the term, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That they go by. And this person, hang on, let me get this up properly. So this person goes by Sierra Watkin, and she has been found guilty of sexual assault and jailed for 21 months as well. So basically, she is still biologically male, and she was having a sexual relationship with a man who the man says he couldn't tell that this was a pre-op transgender. He thought that he was in sexual relations with a biological female, although everything that they were doing was back passage activities, and that he was lied to because Sierra had said before their first time that she was on her period. That's why they couldn't do anything vaginally, until one time he did touch around the area and found a penis. And so here we are. Is this okay? So the question that really I have is, from what we can see here, can you really put this under sexual assault? They're saying that Sierra should have told all partners or any, in dating, that I am pre-op and I am a transgender. You can't present yourself to be a woman, even though to me, by all intents and purposes, she doesn't look like she has transitioned into womanhood yet. But this is why she is doing jail time. What do you think? What do people think in the chat as well? Is this a pile of nonsense, or is this truly news?
I think that if you're going to have a sexual relationship with somebody and you're going to be intimate with them, I can only think about how I would feel. I would want to know if someone was going through or had gone through this process. Whether or not that's assault is the thing I have issue with. It's deception. It's all of those things. But is it assault? I don't know if it's assault. And I think that is very it's very techie when they start throwing around that for things like this.
Yeah.
Because it was still, okay, it was consensual, but it wasn't, you didn't really know. It's like, I suppose, okay, it's a bit different. But imagine like you start dating someone, or a man starts dating a woman, and she's had a boob job. Could be a great boob job, and a tummy tuck, and liposuction, and a gastric band, and all these things, and a nose job. So she's not necessarily her natural state that she was born, and a butt lift, and all of these things. Should she tell you that? Is it a sort, or if she doesn't tell you that, and you have sex with her, and a vaginal, what's it when they do the JJ as well to make it tight? If she doesn't tell you those things, is that assault, or is it deception? Because you still had consensual sex, no? Don't get me wrong. As I said, I think this transgender woman is out of order, because you can't get into a sexual relationship with somebody and not let them know that you still got things that they don't necessarily want. I do believe that. But is it assault? That's the thing I don't know.
I mean, I am not sure on this one at all. Okay, all right, I'll go further in. So let's see. So Ciara Watkins' victim said that he would not have consented to sexual activity if he had known she was biologically a man. This is what was heard in Durham court. Watkins, 21, from Thornaby, Stockton-on-Tees, had claimed the man should have realized her status. I wanted to get more. So the QC says it's certain that the victim fully believed from start to finish that Watkin was a female due to her lies and deception. Watkin, who was born a male, had used the name Ciara since childhood, but had not undergone any medical treatment or surgery. So that would include hormones, or they would say that she was on hormones as well. So Watkin and the victim were both 18 when they met on Snapchat, where the defendant used a female cartoon character as a profile picture before meeting in person and going on to have sexual contact. Watkin, who was referred to in court by female pronouns, told the man that she was on her period to stop him from touching her below the waist. The man, once he found out that she was biologically a man, went on to file a complaint with the police and has said that he does not swing that way, and he felt physically sick when Watkin revealed that what she called her massive secret to him. Okay, he said he was shocked and upset at being deceived and felt ashamed and embarrassed and ridiculed online due to Watkins' actions and deception. I have to go back to these images and be like, I don't know.
Yeah, because when you met her, okay, she used the picture on the left, right, on her profile. When you met her, she looked probably nicer than she does on the right, because that looks like a court picture. They've taken a picture, snapped her outside, that stuff. Yeah. But like, when you met her, okay, people's profiles can be very different, but she doesn't have boobs because she's had no surgery.
No.
So, I don't want to victim blame. That's what I don't. But it's a bit like, I don't know. I'm conflicted. Again, the main thing for me is it assault?
It's
deception. It's fraud. You can even. I feel like there is a case there, definitely, because you didn't know everything. But is it assault?
That's the thing that I am stuck on. If you both entered into the relationship, but it's definitely fraudulent.
Definitely. And I do think you've got a case, but for assault, I don't know.
All right, let's see what people are saying. Explain this to us. Maybe we're missing something. Okay, so Fire from the Sun. Hey, sister, says, I agree with the judgment. Yes, it's assault. And Dane says, if stealthing is assault, this is assault. True. Deception. Okay.
True.
Slicer says, look at the size of that neck. Women don't have wide necks like that. You can do. Some women do.
Some women
The neck isn't the thing for me. I'm thinking more about the stubble and everything, really. And obviously the lack of hormones, but I don't know what Sarah's voice is like or anything. Who knows? I'm not sure. Slicer says it's deception. Cher says, unfortunately, you lost me here, Farrah.
Say again.
She said, you've lost me here, Farrah. Christian J says, it's transphobia. As a trans person, I agree. If you are pre-op, only you need to disclose for no other reason than your own safety. But assault, no. Farrah, you are correct. A boob job is the exact same. I feel like that could be sarcasm. Dane says, boob jobs and butt jobs is apples and oranges. At the end of the day, she's still a woman, I guess. And Christian Jane says she was wrong, but it was not assault. And Stephen says people are mad. Sai says she's a Decepticon, but probably gave herself away. Stephen, Slicer, you keep on getting me. Let me see. All right, so Christian James says, also historically, many men have claimed that they don't know after they have a disagreement or their friends find out in order to punish the woman and clear themselves. That's honestly, Christian James, that's exactly where I am on this. This just feels like, I don't know how you didn't know, because she's not even on hormones, hadn't had any surgery. You've got into a sexual encounter, and now you want to be like, I'm going to the police on this. I ain't buying it.
Yeah. I mean, she even says, I don't know how he didn't know.
And you've been talking for 3 years before you met up. I don't know. I'm just not buying this. I'm just not buying this shit. Definitely not. Saturn Sunrise says, if the sexual contact was consensual, it's not sexual assault, but it is deception.
Yes, that's where I am.
Ezra Sprout says, Christian Jane, I 100% agree. All right, let me see. Osuku says, I don't believe men who always use the I didn't know card. They know. Yes. And Christian James goes on to say, shock and upset is a fair emotion, but it's not assault. And I feel like the sentence of 21 months for this feels really harsh, especially our sentences over here. Like, it's like 2 years.
Pedophiles get less.
Exactly. This feels really, really harsh. This unnecessarily. I don't know.
It feels like they are setting a precedent. It feels like that's what they're doing, coming after a certain community. And that is not me, as I said, excusing her not divulging her, actual current state, because I do think you should.
Okay.
It's not assault.
Christian Jane actually wasn't being sarcastic. She was saying that your boob job is a good equivalent.
Yeah, but I said lots of things. I didn't say boob job. I said lots of things. I said the whole transference of body and face and everything. I said boob job. I said butt job. I said vaginal tightening and lift. I said belly. I said lots of things. Basically, what I was saying is, if you change your whole self, because remember there was that man that sued his wife. Because when I think it was like an Arab man, he sued his wife. No, not an Arab man, an Asian man who sued his wife because when he woke up in the morning and after their wedding, and she took all her makeup off, he said, "That's not who I married," and he sued her. Do you not remember that?
About the one, and there was the other guy where the kids came out ugly.
Yes, and then because she'd have surgery.
Yeah, and he didn't actually know.
That's not assault, is it? It's fraud, but it's not assault.
Yeah.
That was my point. That's where I was going.
Yeah. Ezra Sprout says, if she hasn't got far medically, it's probably because she's on a painfully long waiting list. It's 6 years wait until the first appointment to even start hormones. And this is the thing, that when people are out here talking like it's so easy for people to to get treatment, and they're giving all different various treatments to kids that just on a whim say that they're trans, and it's like, you know that it's just like immigration. You don't know anything about any of the processes that anybody is going through, but you have just decided to say that this is a fad and it's really easy and everybody is just trying to get at our children. And it's literally like, really, when you actually have to deal with authorities, it's never like that.
And the other thing is, well, you have to live for a certain, I think it's a year, you have to live as whichever gender you want to become before they even give you anything.
Yeah.
So imagine like you not like this lady, you don't have any hormones, you're not taking any hormones, but you have to go outside and live that way. That's almost torture.
Yeah. For years. So that's 6 years now. I know my goddaughter's friend, she probably, maybe when she was about 9, transitioned to being a boy. And so obviously her name changed and everything. She's now like referred to boy pronouns. And this is maybe over 10 years ago. She had to go through school like that. There was, and she was just getting therapy. That's what the NHS were giving her. There was no medication. There was no hormones. So when I hear people talking like they're putting kids on hormones, it's like, you don't even know anybody. I know you don't know anybody trans. You're just chatting, just spouting shit just to be transphobic is what most people are up to.
Agreed.
All right, so Dane has given us $2. Thank you. And says the trans lady lied about having a menstrual cycle.
She did.
She's a liar. You know that she was lied.
Fraud.
But assault, most definitely not. Christian James said, yeah, trans women don't owe disclosure to people. However, disclosure should obviously happen if you are pre-op for your safety and the respect and dignity of the other person. Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm getting at. Like, you don't have to go out and disclose your identity to anybody. You don't. But I just think if you're in a relationship with somebody, everything you said for your own safety, because you don't know how they're going to react. Because this man could have reacted in a way that was detrimental to her actual life.
Yeah.
Yes. So for that, I think you should disclose it, and also for the dignity of the other person to make the decision whether or not that's what they want to do. That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this is really fraud, sexual assault. I don't know. And then the whole sentence again just feels really tough for this country.
Yes,
actually. Yeah, and the evidence is there. But let's see if they set a precedence with this. Ezra Sprouts also says they abolished the real life experience requirement, but the waiting list means most of us have to do that for many years anyway.
Okay, thank you very much, Ezra Sprouts, because I didn't know they abolished that. But yes, of course, the waiting list would mean that you're just waiting for such a long period of time. And I just think that's so hard. Yeah, you are living it. It's such a hard thing to deal with.
And KW says it's like if you have HIV, you don't have to tell the world, but you have to tell the person that you're sleeping with. Yeah. I hear you. And Slicer says, did you all see the trans man this week? It was a similar situation happening in the UK, but the guy handled it well and dropped the guy home.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
I didn't see that at all. All right, let me see. We are 20 minutes from. We have an event to go to today, guys. We've been out and about.
We are outside.
We are totally outside. Okay, the other big news we may as well get into as well is the ceasefire that has been agreed by Israel and Hamas. Still, I'm kind of surprised. I can't lie. I'm happy it's taken place, but I am really surprised that both sides agreed to this agreement and we may actually have peace. It may happen. Like, I feel like I'm subtly optimistic. What are you thinking while I set up? Al Jazeera have created a really great blog page and it has various stories, events, and videos in one place. So I'm just going to load that up because it's really, really good. But what are your thoughts on this?
I would like to be hopeful, But I would like people to understand that just because there is a ceasefire does not mean that Gaza or Palestine is free. They're not. And in fact, Israel have annexed even more of Gaza. So it's like they've done a mini Gaza within inside Gaza. And there's lots of places that the Palestinians cannot return to. At least 99% of it is rubble. So people are returning to nothing. They're saying it will take years to rebuild. The US government are sending 200 troops. They're putting Tony Blair in charge of the peace plan. So, you know, it's disgusting. I was watching Sky News, you know, like when they run through the papers. I was at my mum's, and my mum likes to watch that stuff. And so they're running through the papers, and one of the people they were talking to, so one of the reporters was like, you know, the things that the Israelis have had to put up with, and they're living in a country that is bordered by people that just want to destroy them. And I thought, what the fuck is wrong with people?
It's never ending.
That's literally was my thought. I thought this is on the news. She's saying this shit, and this was after her colleague was saying, "Oh, look, you know, look how devastating it is for the Gazans. They've got nowhere to go. All of these people have been killed," and that was her response. And I thought, this is the fucking problem.
No, I hear you. It definitely is that sentiment, and it's ongoing. It doesn't seem to end. People seem to be able to spout this like just as standard, as facts. Like they can say it's crazy for Israel to be living next to people who want them dead, like they haven't just killed their neighbors. Like it's
and that's
really
what we're saying as well. It's why I was saying to my mum, like, if this is a real war, if this was a war, right, as they keep trying to make it like it's a war, show me Israel, show me the all the devastation across Israel. Show me that. Because if you look at Palestine, it's obliterated. Sorry, if you look at Gaza, it's obliterated, right? Show me the same devastation on the other side. Because even when you look at any other war, there's tragedy on both sides. There's devastation on both sides. Even if you look at Russia versus Israel, Russia's been hit as well. It's not Israel, sorry. Russia versus Ukraine. Russia has been hit as well. There's been devastation on both sides, not of the same scale, but there has not been this type of devastation to buildings and all of those things and to people's lives on the same scale that it has been in Gaza. It's not. And the idea that we're supposed to just be like, oh, yeah, no, the Israelis have been very resilient considering everything they've got to go through. Like,
it's
blows my mind.
Let's see this report. So this is on the tens of thousands of people that are now able to make their way back to northern Gaza. Obviously, once it got reported earlier on this week that there was a ceasefire and we saw all of the jubilation and everything else, there also was footage that Israel was still doing their last minute bombings in Gaza City, which they had put out evacuation notices 2 weeks before. So however they want to flatten the area, they carried on doing that until their parliament was then officially like, yes, officially, we are going to stop bombing and we are now going to start doing what has been implemented in the ceasefire to withdraw, to do the hostage, the switchovers and all of that. But in that time, people were so happy that they were heading back to Gaza City. Yeah. So there were a few people that were hurt. But now there is the migration back to, let's see, because look at the state of the place.
Look at the state.
Tens of thousands of displaced Palestinians make their way back home as the Al-Rashid coastal road reopens following the withdrawal of Israeli forces. Carrying what little they have, they march toward the unknown. Driven by determination to return, rebuild, and reclaim what they have lost during 2 years of continuous attacks. Naeem Rahim is one of many people backing his.
I'm going to Gaza City, even though there are no conditions for life there, no infrastructure, there is no fresh water. Everything is extremely difficult, truly difficult. But we must go back over there. We have to return. The situation here is the same, but I still want to go and live in front of my house that's now destroyed. My son was martyred. All my daughters were wounded. All my living children were wounded. Still, I want to return. There is no other option but to go back. I want to take shelter anywhere, in front of the house, above the house. We'll pitch a tent and live in it, however it can be done, even if things are very hard for people, a truly difficult situation.
Returning to nothing. There are no homes left standing, no infrastructure. All they have is the will to return and rebuild from the rubble. For generations, Palestinians have shown remarkable resilience under Israeli occupation, holding onto their land even in the face of unimaginable loss. Their bond with their homeland runs deep. Each step back is not a return, but an act of defiance and hope.
We want to go see our homes that were destroyed at the start of the war and have collapsed, with rubble filling the ground and covering all our yard. We don't have a single plot of land to live on or to stay in. Floors have fallen on our children. I can't even describe to you the joy. We've been displaced from our homes for years because of this Israeli occupation.
Many displaced families are now dismantling their tents, ready to set them up once again, this time on the ruins of their former homes in Gaza City. With a ceasefire going into effect, Palestinians are struggling to start their lives from scratch after Israel's destruction of their homes and neighborhoods. Muad al-Kahlout, Al Jazeera, from Al Rashid Road, Palestine.
Is that not justice? It breaks my heart.
It's heartbreaking. And what's more heartbreaking is that the Western world is acting like this is okay and that we should be talking about, oh, isn't it great that Donald Trump got this ceasefire, and isn't it great that, you know, the war is over? And you know who, I mean, I'm saving this for when we record next week because it will still be relevant. But Obama's statement was disgusting. He said Israeli families and Palestinian people, like they don't have families.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this map. So this is how they've annexed Gaza. So within the yellow line by the sea is what they are allowing them to have. And the rest of it is going to be occupied by Israel. Fully occupied.
So as they're going back there, so they've made it even more of a sliver. Like every single time they do this shit, this is what they do. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So now they are allowed within that yellow line area. That's where they're allowing them. And everywhere, look at that huge area here. That's crazy. Yeah. This all has Israeli troops.
Yeah.
You know, I just saw a comment from my sister. Let me see if I can find it again. It was a bit earlier on. My sister said, it's not letting me send you money, but I don't trust Hamas, which is funded by Israel. Now, I have been seeing this all over the place. I mean, even from October 7th, there is way too much dubious shit around that. But there are lots of Palestinian commentators that I've been seeing recently being like, we can't even trust this still properly. We're glad that we can try and get back to our homes, but we can't trust this still because we don't even know who they say is Hamas, who we know, because you've killed so many Hamas. So you don't even know who the Hamas is that is like, we are the Hamas, who they are anymore, but you're playing with our lives. And that's the thing, it's normal people. You're just playing with normal people's lives who had houses, who had lives, who had schools, who had jobs for land.
There's no infrastructure left in Gaza. There's no schools. There's no, the hospitals that are there are barely operational. There's no mosques. They've literally obliterated everything. The rubble, they said that would take them decades to get rid of all of the rubble. Unless, this is where Donald Trump and his infrastructure will come into place, and all of his people, his rich bastards, that will go and take slivers of the land and build upon it. And, you know, Hamas or whoever they are freeing all the hostages, the remaining hostages. It's supposed to be happening anytime now, basically. And yet for all, Israel are still holding thousands of people, children included, in their prisons who haven't been charged or haven't been tried, nothing. So Dr. Hussam Abu Safiria, who was the chief at Il Shifa Hospital, he's the doctor that you saw walking towards the tanks, and he got inside the tank, and that was like in January this year or December last year, I can't remember. They're refusing to free him. He's a doctor. They have no justification for holding him. They haven't even charged him with anything, but they're refusing to free him.
And they say that these places are basically just torture camps.
Yep. And we have reports from the people who were on the flotilla who got illegally abducted by Israel in international waters. We have reports of how they were treated and what they were subjected to. And all the time, each and every one of them are saying, when this was happening to me, I was thinking, what do they do to Palestinians? Because they were, the people from the flotilla were being called terrorists. They were being physically abused. They were being called dogs. They were being told to drink from the toilets. Like, they weren't given access to medication. And these are people who with international passports. Yeah, look at this. This is ridiculous.
So I was just going over Al Jazeera, painting out that the land that they are occupying is basically all of their agricultural areas. How they are going to feed themselves. The most fertile soil in Gaza, that's what they're taking. So we're getting, effectively, I guess, as somebody said in the chat earlier on, this could just be a setup to truly go through and wipe them out more effectively. They go back to areas, they're more exposed, you're able to seize this land, and then you have them even more condensed. There's like over 1 million people in a sliver of land.
Yeah.
You flattened all of their houses, you flattened their apartments, everything. It's like
everything. And if you look, they're not even near the Rafah crossing anymore.
Yes.
So they are completely, if Israel take full occupation as they had, but like rename this part of Gaza Israel, if they take full occupation in that way, they have no, it's like people don't understand that these Gazans cannot leave. I'm very confused by people's lack of knowledge about that. Imagine being in your area, right? And you can't leave. There was a wall around you, and there was people with weapons and guns and telling you can't leave. You're the problem, but you can't leave.
Yeah. It's just, and look who they have. Jared Kushner traveled to Gaza today to verify Israel's compliance with phase 1 of the agreement. We received detailed briefings on security, humanitarian aid, and deconfliction efforts. With continued commitment, peace remains within reach. Really, guys, really.
He was on a platform, and I didn't like it because it made me disgusted. And sometimes you don't want to like something because it's disgusting. But he was on the news, and he was basically with Ivanka in the background, and he was basically saying how amazing and resilient all the Israeli people had been, and they never lost their kind of like their sense of decency or some shit like that. He was saying, they never lost any of that, and they remained steadfast.
Flip's sake, it's really it's a scary time. So we definitely have to keep our eye on this shit, just as how people are going back. I'll just play a little bit of this as well. This video is entitled, so tens of thousands of Palestinians are streaming back to northern Gaza as the right to return is included in the ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. Multiple attempts to remove the population have failed, but the land Palestinians are returning to is unrecognizable. Is Gaza uninhabitable? That's what they want to be determined as well. they want the international community to say that it's actually inhabitable now, so that all the neighbors have to take these people in, and they will never be able to go back. That will just become a part of the show. And that's a scary
people that have never been able to go back, and they've left in 1948.
Yeah. So can it be rebuilt under the interim authority that next governs the Strip? And does the ceasefire allow for this complex and lengthy task? I'll see. It is quite a long one. Maybe I'll just drop this in because we are running out of time. I will drop this blog into the chat if anybody wants to go through, and it's really good. I mean, Al Jazeera is generally the only place that I trust at this moment in time.
Me too.
To give you both, some people would say, but it's overly biased. But for me, I want to hear news from the victim's point of view.
Yeah,
and that's what you can get with Al Jazeera on the ground from their reporters. We're almost at 2. Do you have any nonsensical nonsense?
Oh, I did. Hold on. What was it?
Any nonsensical nonsense, just share it with us. While Farrah is finding that, I'll just tell you guys what I know of what's going on with Noel Clarke so far. So obviously, folks will know Noel Clarke. He had a Guardian article come out where quite a whole host of women, I think it was like 20 different accounts from different women, accused him of bullying and various different forms of sexual deviancy. And with the outing of Noel Clarke, who was very prominent within the film space, he had done film and TV, he had been in what's that thing, Doctor Who? He had been in Doctor Who as well. Kidulthood. Like he was again another gatekeeper, and he was outed as a sexual deviant, and he lost all of his jobs and was cancelled. Effectively, though, but I'm not just saying he was cancelled. He was cancelled. He lost everything. He took the Guardian. He did a case against them, said it was libel, and he was asking for 70 million. He lost that libel case, and within him losing that libel case, the Guardian had to release all of the evidence they had on him, and some of it was criminal, which they didn't put in the article. So then the police were like, okay, this opens up something else. After that case was thrown out, the police then arrested Noel Clarke as well. He hasn't been given any charges yet, but he was arrested. Then the courts also awarded the Guardians all of their fees to be paid by Noel Clarke, which they said is coming up to about 3 million. His legal team is in the millions as well. It's 2 to 3 million. He is now 6 million in debt, and also he may have criminal charges against him, which he didn't have before. He did this.
Exactly.
The arrogance of the guy, because basically you could have just you know what you've done. You would know what you've done, and for some reason he just thought that he was going to be able to bust case and also be 70 million up. I don't know.
Didn't he put his home up as well as collateral?
Yeah. How's his wife?
Boy,
tell me, what would you do if you're his wife? Because that's what I was about to go into. What would you do if you was his wife?
I'm kicking him out because, like, I don't want nothing to do with you. You've put our house up where our children are as collateral. You're lucky I'm even with you, listening to the allegations.
It's actually crazy. I don't know why he did this but he's done this all to himself and his family.
Yes, he has.
It's nuts. And now
he just went away quietly. All he had to do was stop talking.
Or do project. You know, after a while, I flipping Woody Allen, nobody gave a shit about him. Like he could have carried on doing projects, but I don't know. You know, it's flipping. It's absolutely
he doesn't even have to shut
crazy.
the fuck up, basically. Oh, there was something that I saw. Like I put something in the group, but that's not the thing I was looking for.
Okay, I've got it up now anyway.
Oh yeah, there's 2 things.
this is new piece of nonsense. New piece of nonsense coming in. This is so crazy. All right, let's see. Guys, breaking news. After 26 years, Ja Rule says he is waving the white flag. He tweeted, "My beef with 50 started back in 1999. And we've been petty as hell, but today I'm done. I'm a grown man with kids now. This beef has to end." And 50 Cent saw the tweets and shot back, "Nah, this ain't over. Our beef lies until death do us part. I'll be doing it."
He's such a troll.
It
ends when I say it ends.
But he tried to wave the white. You should know that no beef ends. Like no beef ends. 50 Cent would need to say, "I'm no longer beefing you." That's not the other way around.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. We were talking about Trump and him saying about the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay.
Play this video I'm going to share about how many times he talks about it. It's giving obsessed.
Actually, I did see that share that LimeWire bought the Fire Festival. I thought it was jokes. Is that real? For real, for real? Is LimeWire even in a position to be buying anything? Is a question. And would anybody go to Fire Festival?
No. It would have to be going on for about 5 years successfully before I'd even think about it.
No. Why would you even buy the brand Fire Festival? That is so strange. Okay, let's see this one now. Quizerbox said 50 Cent got the strap. Okay, let's see this next piece. If any of you have some nonsense that you want to share, do share it. I mean, if you was a member and you was in the WhatsApp group, you'd be able to share it there.
Exactly.
So
just saying.
maybe get some membership. All right, let me see. What is the old Trumpster saying? Why is there no sound? Here we go.
Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize. I had so many people, you should get the Nobel Prize. I was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. I got the Nobel Peace Prize nomination. I got nominated for the Nobel Prize. Where's my Nobel Peace Prize they don't talk about? A Peace Prize Nobel nomination, and they didn't cover it. And I don't care, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not politicking for it. I'm just saying that there's a lot of unfairness in this world.
Yeah. Well, you know what? No one has suffered more unfairness than him. He's had it hard, guys. He's had it really hard. He claims he's not politicking for the Peace Prize, which must be why the White House posted this very subtle message calling him the Peace President. It's a platoon to invade a yoga studio in Portland right now. This is all you need to know about how we're being perceived around the world. Norway braces for Trump's reaction if he does not win the Nobel Peace Prize. That's not a headline from The Onion. That's real. The government of Norway is scared he might punish them, that he might declare them an enemy for not giving him the Nobel Peace Prize. Give me that Peace Prize or I'll stick it up your Aurora Borealis.
Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't do anything. They gave it to Obama for doing.
He's so pissed off, though, isn't it? So actually, it was Maria Corina Machado. She was awarded the Peace Prize for her tireless work in promoting democracy in Venezuela. Come on now, it's like Trump, a peace president. This literally makes no sense whatsoever. That he would even get it. I'm so glad that they didn't give it to him then. So
it's when he said it's an insult to America if he doesn't get
it. Well done, Nobel. Flipping crazy as hell.
And then there was a video of a guy who. Oh, thanks, Sister.
Thank you so much. 1999. Dr. Wendy drama from Real Housewives of Potomac. Yes, Yes. Okay, I will do a quick summary of that. I actually
Quick summary, because you're not trying to make us stay, and we've got to be outside. This is what you always do. Try to draw us in.
We're outside. Okay. All right, let's see. That's quite a crazy one. But Donald Trump. And did you see Donald Trump also saying that the winner contacted him and said you should have got it?
Yes, and they're dedicating it to him. Yes.
I feel like there was a threat of her life. Yeah. Oh, did we miss your super chat, Dane? Sorry. Did I? Oh, yes. Dane gave us $5 as well. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dane.
Thank you. It says, unpopular opinion, Hamas started something they knew they couldn't win. These deaths are on their hands.
It didn't start on October the 7th. It didn't start on October the 7th. That's what I will say. It started way before then. And in 1948, go back and look then. It didn't start on October the 7th.
Oh.
Thanks for your $5 though.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the $5. But most definitely, I think I understand the opinion, and loads of people say that. But when you go over the eyewitness accounts and also other IDF soldiers who were patrolling that area for months, saying something is going on, and effectively them being told to stand down, this is not good, bad. It's the same poll. These are the same people that did this, that have allowed this to take place. It isn't, Hamas did a boo-boo. Absolutely not. This was orchestrated and sanctioned and allowed to take place for the Palestinian people.
It was.
To seize land and kill folks. Definitely.
It was. They do this, and the Israeli government have been doing this for years. Since 1948, they've been doing this. Every so often, they do this. There was strikes against Gaza and the Palestinian people, 2 years before. So it's not new. And also, the thing is, let's not forget about the West Bank. People don't talk about the West Bank often enough. Let's not forget about what's going on over in the West Bank and how people are being killed and violated and having their land seized in the West Bank as well. So it's not just limited to Gaza. There's a lot of shit going on.
So, all right. Latest nonsensical news from reality TV. This is crazy. So there was a woman, Wendy Osafo, and her husband have just been arrested, and they could be facing years behind bars for fraud. The other thing is, there's quite a few people within the Real Housewives franchise that have been arrested and have been done over for fraud. These people are so fraudulent. They're putting it out there that they're affluent, and they're doing it through criminal means. I hate that this black couple has succumbed to this. I hate it. But let's see this video that was dropped in our WhatsApp group for members. If you'd like to be a member,
there you go.
WhatsApp group. Yes, let's see what's going on here.
Wendy and Eddie reported a burglary at their home. They claimed that after returning home from a trip to Jamaica, they found their bedroom completely ransacked and said several designer handbags and pieces of jewelry had been stolen. But here's where things took a turn. Investigators say that Wendy was later seen on social media wearing a diamond ring that she had reported stolen. And if that's not enough, the investigation also revealed that many of the stolen items had been purchased and then returned to the store, where the Osefos received full refunds before the alleged break-in even happened. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been charged in Carroll County with lying about a burglary at their home to defraud insurance companies, according to court records. Osefo and her husband were indicted by a Carroll County grand jury on Thursday, and they were charged with 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiring insurance fraud, and 1 count of making a false statement to a police officer. The charges stem from a reported burglary at their Finksburg home on April 7th, 2024. The Osefos told a sheriff's deputy that their home had been broken into while they were on vacation in Jamaica, and the thieves ransacked their bedroom and closet, stealing $450,000 worth of designer handbags and jewelry. Deputies doubted the claim and determined the numerous items they claimed were stolen had been returned to stores for refunds prior to the alleged burglary. Days after submitting the insurance claim, Eddie Osefo said he needed to update the information to add his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. But deputies observed Wendy Osefo wearing the ring in a social media post.
You bigger dummy than my dummy.
Investigations revealed that the Osefos had been burdened by substantial debt, says the prosecutor. Both posted $50,000 bonds and were released, court records show. So let's get into the actual court document. Now comes the state of Maryland buying through its attorney, Melissa O. Hawkinsmith, deputies.
Boy, I will drop this in the chat if anybody wants to watch the full video on that. But it's like she's got kids. So me and Sade did cover Potomac 1 season, maybe 2 seasons, but I didn't really get into it too much. But she has kids. And the ones that we did watch, his family couldn't stand her. And they were just trying to get their families to come together. I can imagine his family totally being like, this is why we don't like this heifer. But obviously Eddie is the one that was doing the claims. I can't believe this is so sloppy as a fraud. That's
so stupid.
It's so dumb. You were doing refunds, so there's going to be stores. Obviously, whatever you put in there, that's basics. They're going to check that it was purchased and you still had it. Doing refunds before is very easy to find out. But then going on social wearing one of the pieces of jewelry.
Do you think she knew that that's what he claimed? Do you think she knew that this is what he was putting on the insurance documents? You've watched it.
Interesting. I wouldn't know. Yeah, that's an interesting.
Because why are you going on? You have to be totally thick to go on social media wearing the thing that you're saying is missing.
I did see that apparently there was an email that became evidence. And in the email, he says to her, we need to add more things to bump it up. So again, it's like, was you outed by an assistant? Because how did they get a hold of an email? This is so crazy. And then their own security cameras. It's such a stupid. It's such a stupid fraud, and they're supposed to be super smart. She's got 4 degrees or something. This is so dumb.
No degrees in common sense.
This is so stupid. But imagine, what they got 3 kids. You could go down for this.
Absolutely, because they're back to rights.
Oh,
it's not even did they? Maybe. No, it's all there. You did. You returned the goods you said are stolen. You returned them.
No. This is it's wild behavior. It's so sad. Messy. And I did actually, of the women, I didn't mind her because they're an unlikable bunch. And then within the same cast, you had Karen, who was the grande dame. She's been in it from the beginning. She just did a bit of time for DUIs. So this is the same cast. It's a lot. That is flipping crazy. So that's a piece of nonsensical news. But that's also a Black family who may now have 2 people in prison. So
what's going to happen to their kids, like you said.
Some prayers. Yeah, thoughts and prayers out to those 2. For almost 500,000 of thoughts and prayers.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. And I did see some of the housewives coming out here and being like, are we being targeted? Are the authorities targeting us? It's stop being flipping criminals.
Exactly. Don't talk about the authorities targeting you. Stop your activities.
Oh, good grief.
But I did watch something before when a woman was saying, I can't remember who it's one documentary, and they were talking about the way that she was trying to keep up with the Joneses, basically, and the things that she would do. Yeah. I can't remember which housewife it was, but it's a housewife that ended up going to jail. And they were just saying that she clearly didn't have any money, and she would do all these things to get, airtime and to make it seem like they've got loads of money when they were poor.
Yeah. It's a horrible space to be in, but there's consequences for this as well. So there we go. But yes, we are done, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you. Waves of potato. And we should have lots of little bits of what we've been up to these last few days going out on our socials as well. So please follow us on Instagram and keep up to date there. And our latest episode of Your Aunties Could Never podcast is out as well. And that has guests Sharice, Judy Love, and ZZ Mills as well. It's a brilliant episode. I think it's one of our best.
Yes, it is a great episode.
It's a really, really good one.
It's really good.
Watch it and leave comments as well. And leave a comment if you understand why Farrah doesn't like wet willy. Let us know if you understand the wet willy.
It's not, it's just, yeah.
Oh my god. Sora said, true, one of your best episodes. Will Smith said, adults only episode 18 plus.
Yeah.
Yvonne says it's a really good episode. Be ready to clutch your pearls.
It's very good. Yes. Happy Sunday, folks.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Bye now.